Hi, it's Chris here, and today I want to talk about one of the most important things people need to focus on when they're trying to escape a body they feel trapped in. And what I mean by trapped in, like people who has tried to lose weight for a numerous of years, tried multiple things, they've got gained a little bit of success, but always end up back to being in a position they're not happy with, and then they end up feeling like that's their life. They've got a fat gene in them, and it's not within them to be slim, healthy, and fit. What happens is when people are trying to lose weight, they focus on too little. And what they normally focus on is exercise and nutrition, or they focus on both, or just one of the others, which is good and it's very important too. But what happens is when people are in a body they do not enjoy, and you put it from like a scale of 1 to 10, so 1 being at like the lowest point ever and 10 being extremely happy, and to a lot of people that feels like an impossible. If I put this in sizes, to say someone's a size 20 and they're trying to get to a size 10, now there's an underlying issue to why people want to lose weight, and the reason why people want to lose weight normally is because they want to feel better in themselves, they want to be healthy, they want to have more confidence. So there's a reason to it, but that's a completely different video. So I'm going to put this into metrics for the demonstration purposes. It can help you understand. So when someone's size 20 and they're trying to get to a size 10, say they hit size 20, they look themselves in the mirror and they're a certain size, and when they hit to size 20, they're at a point like, I need to change. And when they go, I need to change, they go then research a nutrition plan or an exercise program or something like that, and they enroll. When they enroll, they will gain some success, they'll lose a bit of weight, they'll lose some inches, and they'll move up the scale to the happiness, the impossible side. But then what happens, they stop the plan, they start going back to their original lifestyle, implementing all the bad habits they was doing, and end up going back to square one, where they're a size 20, overweight, in a position where they're not happy. But when they go back and they're finally at size 20, they then, something hits in their body and it's like, I need to escape. So they go find something else. Because they don't go to the original plan that they'd done, even though they lost weight, because they didn't fully escape, they feel like it didn't work. So they then go to find another one, another nutrition plan, exercise program, and continue. And the cycle repeats itself over and over and over again. And people keep going back to the size 20 or wherever they are within their journey, or wherever their pain hits them. So it might be size 16 for some people and they've got to lose it. It might be size 14. And it repeats. So that's too little. What people need to focus on, and the most important thing people need to focus on, is changing their lifestyle, and changing their lifestyle forever. But the reason why it's so hard to change your lifestyle is because people are so happy with the lifestyle that they are doing, they feel like it's impossible to not live that lifestyle, and they want to continue to live that lifestyle they live, but try and escape it in a different way. And I'll go through it quickly. So, for example, they enjoy drinking alcohol, which is not a problem. You can do it in moderation, but you've got to do it in a certain way. They enjoy going out partying, they enjoy chocolate, and they enjoy, which this is all fine if you do it in moderation. But for a lot of people, these are the reasons why they end up going backwards, and they want to be able to enjoy life with chocolate, alcohol, partying, processed food, and all that stuff. But they can never fully, but they want to escape and enjoy it at the same time. So what happens is people go through a cycle and they have habits and a lifestyle that will always make them, if I put this, so this is where people start. They'll go down to a journey, do a program, and they'll continue their lifestyle they enjoy and do the things, and they'll always end up back where they started, because their lifestyle is always the same and they're always going back to the lifestyle they enjoy. Now, the habits and the bad habits that people do and too much of are different for a lot of people, and there's different things that affect the people, but there's some common ones. So in here you would write what makes you end up back at size 20, 16, whatever it may be. I'm just going to stick with size 20, but I'm going to write in some of the most common ones. So the most common ones that really affect people when they're on a weight loss journey is alcohol and partying. There's bad snacks, So that's like crisps, chocolates, all them sorts of lovely, delicious snacks, donuts and things like that. Cinnamon graham cereals and all that stuff. Bad snacks, processed food. Now, everything I've just listed here, none of it's good for your body. None of it does anything good for your body. Alcohol, I could not care. I know people say, have one a day and it helps you. I've gone both spectrums. I've been in a position where I've had alcohol quite regularly and it then never done anything. And now I'm on the other side of the spectrum and I don't have any alcohol, or I only drink twice a year now. And it does absolutely wonders. And I'm probably end up going to counter them twice a year because I feel the benefits of not drinking alcohol. So everything right here, bad snacks, alcohol, party and processed food, does nothing for your body. But there's another one. There's one really big one that really puts people off their weight loss journey and always sends them backwards and knocks them off the bandwagon, which is holidays and Christmas, sorry. Now, I'm not telling you to not do holidays and I'm not telling you to enjoy Christmas. What I do want to say though is what happens, and it's happened to my clients, they'll go along a journey and they'll get good results, they get great results, and then Christmas comes along. And when Christmas comes along, or they go onto a holiday, Christmas is the biggest one, because in that month, in December, it's normally a whole month. People take a break from their fitness and health journey and they want to enjoy their family, which they should do, and they want to enjoy the end of the year with their work friends and colleagues, which they should do. But what happens in December, you have a lot of parties, family gets together, works dues, Christmas dues, friends partying. You got New Year's Eve, Boxing Day. I'm not sure if you have Boxing Day wherever you are, but we have Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas, and a lot of people tend to party on that day. And what it involves a lot of alcohol, a lot of bad food, lots and lots of food, lots of fizzy drinks, lots of things that you shouldn't be consuming, and very little exercising. What happens? And when it comes to January, because they've spent a whole month enjoying partying, food, little exercising, and they want to get back into the full swing, and they start getting back into the full swing, and they realise how hard it is. It's hard to give up the things that they enjoyed in that whole month. So they'll for the first week of January, they'll go do some exercise, a little bit of have some good food within that week. But then on the weekend, they'll have a glass of wine because they deserve it, and they'll have a pizza because they deserve it, and they feel like they deserve it, but it's pushing back off the bandwagon. And this is a vicious cycle, and this is what happens to a lot of people because they continuously live this lifestyle year after year after year, and they try and live this lifestyle, but also try and escape obesity, because alcohol is another big one with another underlying issue that I'll say briefly, but is for another video. When you drink alcohol, especially if people drink alcohol on the weekends, what tends to happen is within that period of time they drink, like binge drinking and partying, is they're kind of suppressing the whole week that they just had. So they might have had a stressful week, or even if they've had an exciting week, they might have some financial issues, they might have some weight loss issues, they might have relationship issues, some sort of issues, or whatever it may be. And when it comes to that weekend, and they go out drinking, they spend 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, it helps them forget about everything. So they forget about the past, they forget about the future, and they just enjoy the present of the night, the partying. And then what happens when they wake up the next day, all their problems are still there, but probably worse. So if they had financial issues, they've spent all the money on that night, so they got less financials to be able to help support them. If they got relationships issues, they've not tried to resolve it, they've just kind of suppressed it and kind of erased it for them period of time, but now it's worse. If they've got weight loss issues, they've really hindered it because they've spent 4, 6 or 8 hours, however long people spend on a night out, filling their bodies with crap. And then during the week, what it does, they've got to spend time, the alcohol gets pushed out their body, which makes them feel depressed, down, and feel lethargic and really messed up. So it's really hard to get back into the swing. So it really affects you, and it's a cycle that people cannot get out of because it's the lifestyle they live. Now, this is the reason why it's so hard to escape. So that's unhappy you, and this is here, happy you, want to escape, and this feels like an impossible task because you live this lifestyle. And this here is a representation of way of life. So there's different ways people live life. So if you put like number one, this is number one. This is people partying on the weekend, eating lots of junk food, doing very little exercise, doing everything they need to do to make sure they stay at size 20. And to get to a size 10, to be in the size that they dream of, they've got to exercise regularly every day or 5 days a week. You know, it doesn't have to be, it's incredibly intense, but you need to do it at least 5 days a week. You've got to eat regularly good food. You've got to drink lots more water, and you've got to have good sleep and a few other things. But when the people over here look over and see people eating regularly, and they see them eating rabbit food, and they see them eat regularly, they exercise regularly, they're doing challenges like 10k marathons, Tough Mudders, boxing, all types of different challenges, and they're living out, and they don't go out, and they're not out on the weekends. They think, how is it possible to live a life like that? How is it possible to live not going out on the weekends and partying? How's it possible to live without eating pizzas 3 times a week? How's it possible to live not enjoying your snacks at night and things like that? It's just physically impossible to them. And I know this firsthand because I used to be in this position. Not for me being overweight, but I was trying to succeed in business. So I wanted to succeed in business, and I was always down here, you know, at bottom one, no money, in debt, no actual clarity in business or how I'm going to create a successful business that I'm proud of and everyone's proud of me. And I used to do a lot of things that you need to do in business to create a good business, but I used to do a lot of partying on the weekends. I used to drink a lot of alcohol, and every time I drank alcohol, I thought it makes you go 4 steps backwards, and when you don't drink alcohol, you go 1 step forwards. And I was like, oh, and I realised then, I was like, amazing. So what I'll do is I'll stop drinking for 4 weeks, and then I'll do as much as I can with business, and then I'll have a great blowout. And then I had a great blowout, and it pushed me right back, and I kept repeating it, and then I wasn't really getting great results, so I kind of sacked the business off and just doing the partying, which I enjoyed, going back to employment, and therefore I end up back here because I kept doing the things that was making me stay here at square one within business, just like the square one with people trying to lose weight. So then, luckily, I had determination. I kept reading loads of successful people, and Success Leaves Clues, and a lot of them say once they give up drinking, it changed their life. And I thought, right, I need to give up drinking. I knew it wasn't doing any good for me. So I gave up drinking completely for 1 whole year, and that 1 whole year it completely changed. Like my whole life was, you know, it's so much better. And now I'm not here to number 10 within business, but I'm on my way. Like I'm round about a 6. I've got clarity. I understand exactly what I need to do, and I'm just pecking away at it. And I'm doing all the right things that I need to do, and it's slowly getting better and better and better. And so for me, I've been on both spectrum. I did not know how I could live life without going partying. But what happened when I stopped drinking for a whole year, you know, and at the end of the year, I was hoping to have a number 10 business. And then when I got number 10 business, I can go back to partying each weekend because I've got money in the bank, I've got flourishing and things like that. But I don't actually want to drink anymore because I feel the benefits of not drinking. I have absolutely no desire not to drink. Like I love waking up without any hangover, and I love enjoying being productive and doing things that's helping go 1 step further and further and further. So when I see people now who's over here where I used to be, I'm like, oh, I couldn't go back to drinking each weekend now and being wake up hungover. It's just not my DNA anymore. Like it's completely out of my system. And even if I did have a number 10 business and I had millions and millions of pounds, I still have no desire to go back to drinking. Like I don't want to do it anymore. The only reason I do it twice a year is because one is get together with my family. You know, they're all over the world, and it's just like one little blowout. And to be honest, like I have no desire to drink like I used to. It's just like the social thing. You know, and I probably will eradicate it sooner or later and completely take it away from my life. But at the moment it's at 2, and it'll probably be 0. So my lifestyle's completely changed. And that's what you need to do. You need to give it a chance, and you need to live this lifestyle completely and completely exclude this lifestyle for a very long period of time. And then if you do so, you will then still feel the benefits of why people don't go out, why people eat rabbit food. Because when you eat rabbit food, I say rabbit food like veg, salads and things like that, and all the healthy stuff. And when you have such bad nutrition, eat pizzas, Chinese for so much, when you eat good, like healthy food, you know, it has no taste, it gives you no satisfaction. But when you stop eating bad food and you eat more good food, like the goodness it does in your body, you can feel it, and you enjoy eating salads and you enjoy eating like all the rabbit food and the healthy stuff, and you look forward to eating to it because you feel the benefits of doing so. And it makes you feel guilty when you have like a pizza and a Chinese and things like that, and you only do it because like of the surroundings that are around you, and you look forward to going back to the healthy eating. So you have to give yourself an opportunity to understand what that's like, and hopefully understand that you have to live this life more than you live this life, and hopefully you kind of exclude it. So then what happens if you give yourself a chance to live the life that is going to force you to be healthy? Your lifestyle starts changing and you start living that lifestyle. So then you go to this diagram. So as you see here, you've got, these are habits and lifestyle that will force you to go backwards. But here are habits and lifestyle that's going to force you to be good. So here, you're unhappy. And here, you're really happy. So what tends to happen in these little spaces, you end up implementing and putting habits into your lifestyle that force you to stay healthy and fit. You know, because I could go out on the weekend, but because I do so much of the good habits, it's very hard for me to be unfit because I do so much of that and I enjoy it and it's my lifestyle. And there's different things that can keep you here, but the main things and the most common things and the best thing that will make you stay here is daily exercise, or exercise at least 5 times a week, good nutrition, like very little processed food, good amounts of sleep, between 6 to 8 hours, be hydrated, and that's pretty much it. If you have them in place regularly, every single week for the rest of your life, and you got it to the point where you enjoy it, so it's just naturally a part of you and what you do, you can get away with partying every now and then, having processed food every now and then, having bad snacks every now and then, and holidays and Christmas every now and then, because you've got so much of good habits in place to keep you in the position that you feel impossible. And like I've got colleagues, and because I with a company called Dent, and one of my colleagues, he's, you know, I go through a phase myself, and I'll tell you now. Actually, I'll be completely honest. So my fitness levels when I was 16 was shocking. So it's down here, and then I joined the army, and my fitness level went through the roof. So say here's like your level 10 fitness level. Here's level 0, like crap. Got no fitness level and healthy. So I got to level 10, and I stayed at level 10 until I was about 24, 25. So I stayed about here, phenomenally fit. I went away. I had a break from the army, so I went to a place called Ayia Napa where I had a holiday season for 3 months. And after 3 months, I was still good. I still stayed fit. I come back. I went back the next summer. I'd done another 3 months, and when I come back, I wanted to go into business, and I kind of neglected my health quite a lot. So I didn't do too much of my health, and I was focusing on my business. So my health went down. My health and my fitness went down, and so my lifestyle started going like this. So I went from this to this, and I had lots of bad food, you know, loads of alcohol partying, lots of bad snacks, lots of processed food, and very little, not as much exercise, and my fitness went down. But then, you know, I'm grabbed up by the reins, and I've been maintaining it. I've just been maintaining it because I've been focused on my business so much, and now I've been giving myself a kick up the arse, and I have put stuff in place that is going to force me to be close to here. So now I've got the next year, and I've got 8 challenges. I've got an Ironman challenge in 5 months. I've got a half marathon in 7 weeks. I've got a 10k in between the half marathon and the Ironman, and the Ironman's on the 12th of May. It's a half Ironman. So with the stuff that I've implemented, and this is going to be for a whole year, so I've got 12 months, and I've got 8 challenges within that 12 months. I am going to force myself and have to be fitter than I am now. And to do so, I have to implement a lot of this stuff and take away a lot of that stuff. So for you, what I want to get across, if you want to change, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to change your lifestyle, not just your diet. And you know, if you're overweight and you're size 20 and you've got a lot of fat in your body, and you think, well, I could probably just get an operation, get it all sucked out. If you had an operation and got all your fat sucked out of your body, had no fat left, so you're really nice and skinny and you're size 10, within one operation, you still have so much mental things to get over, and also you have to try and get your physical abilities up. So when you have that operation, you're going to come out of that operation and you're still going to probably crave that same lifestyle. So, but if you went in that operation and prior to that operation you was drinking a lot of alcohol, you was having a lot of processed food, you was eating a lot of bad snacks, and the next day you come out, you're still going to crave the alcohol, you're still going to crave the processed food and the bad snacks. And if you keep doing all that stuff, you know, you become a size 10 after the operation, but you'll end up back here because you're still living that same lifestyle. So you still have to spend the time changing your habits, controlling your emotional hormones, and getting the knowledge to know how to do so. So it takes time. And for my message to you, if that is something you want to change, and you'll say you're overweight and you've been overweight for a numerous of years and you tried numerous of things to get over it, the first thing you need to focus on is schedule yourself time, a minimum of 12 months. You want to spend 12 months on this journey to try and change your lifestyle. Now 12 months is quite daunting, and thinking, oh, I've got 12 months to get to. So the way I do it with my clients is I break it down, and I break the 12 months, ironically, how I'm doing 8 missions or 8 challenges into 8 missions. Each mission is 6 weeks long, and the idea, all you've got to do is focus on getting to the next mission and completing that one mission. And in that one mission, I have 5 fundamentals, and they're powerful if you put them together. So in the 5 fundamentals, there's mindset. You tackle your mindset. You create yourself a challenge for the end of that mission. You focus on the exercise and nutrition. You then you do a lot of planning, the planning for that next mission and your preparation. And if you focus on them fundamentals within just the one mission, and it's only 6 weeks long, you'll have a change. You have a shift and change of your lifestyle. And then when you go to the second one, you increase it. You increase everything. You increase the intensity of your nutrition. Sorry, you increase the intensity of your exercising. You make your nutrition harder than it was previously. Not harder, change it so it's not as hard, but it's better than this. You do more mindset on it. You do another round of planning, another round of preparation, and you put another challenge to the end of it. And you keep repeating that cycle. And if you follow it and each mission gets harder than the last, you'll be changed by the end. You might not be, say you're a size 20, you might not be a size 10, but I tell you what, your mindset will be changed. And if you change your mindset, everything else will change. Having a military mindset is probably the best thing you could probably try and install. And you don't have to join the military to get it. It's just something I call it because it's what they installed with me. And by installing it inside me, it's changed everything in my life. So I hope that's helped. If you need any more help, do reach out, contact me, contact one of the team, and we'll be happy to walk and talk you through exactly what you need to do and where you are within your lifestyle and the things that you're doing wrong or the things that you need to put right to help you change. And if you've enjoyed this video, please reach out, comment, and tell me how you enjoyed it and what it's done for you and what you're going to put in place to help you escape the body that you feel trapped in. So I hope you enjoyed. Give it a little like wherever I put this video. But have a great day, and see you soon in the next video.